Welcome back to RADBMX Builds. This episode's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna shake it up a bit and talk about something that a lot of people have interest in. Everybody uses it, but not a lot of people understand it. And if you're a business, a company, an entrepreneur, a social media personality, or whatever title you wanna put on it, I'm gonna give kind of the lowdown of social media as it pertains to me, as it pertains to BMX, and as it pertains to RADBMX Builds. So the good, bad, and ugly, buckle in, here it comes. All right, first thing I'm gonna talk about is Instagram, because I just made some huge changes to that platform. I've had my Instagram account now for 9 or 10 years, and I have about 142,000 followers, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you if you're one of those followers. Sincerely, I truly appreciate it. So the support over there has been great. It's what launched RADBMX Builds. It's what helped this company grow. It was a great starting point. I think that's probably the best way to put it. Sadly, the platform has gone to trash. It's so bad, and I'm gonna tell you why. Lately, scammers have inundated that old school market with fake accounts, with stolen content, and they're truly just ripping people off like my followers. So no matter what you do over there, you find these accounts, you block them, you report them. Instagram, AKA Meta, Facebook, doesn't care. They don't shut them down, even though they've ripped off tens and thousands of people, who knows how many people, I'm sure dozens of people. They'll change their name, they'll change the logo, they'll do whatever, and they keep the account. It never closes. You'll see, if you go look at that account, that it's changed names like 12 times. It's wild. There are so many red flags, but sadly, it's full of gullible victims. And sadly, some of those are my followers. So I didn't shut down my Instagram. I've now stopped posting on my Instagram reels, pictures, and stories. From this point moving forward, all I post on there is collaborations, sponsorships, things like that. Marketing things that help my business move forward. My YouTube thumbnails I'll post on there, trying to get my folks on Instagram over to this platform on YouTube. Do I make money on Instagram? Yes, it is monetized. When I make reels, I make money, but it's not worth it. It's not worth getting the DMs that I get where this guy lost 2,000, this guy lost 1,000, this guy lost 1,500. It's terrible. And so I'm not gonna give these scammers more content to rip people off. I'm not getting paid that much on Instagram for it to really make a huge difference to my income. So it's not about the money for me. It's about the preservation. It's about the nostalgia. It's about the fun. And when people do things like that, it just takes all that away. So let's just basically take it away from them. And my Instagram account now has been dramatically altered, if you will. So I don't recommend doing business at all on any social media platform. And I've said it from the beginning, and I will say it to the end. I do not sell bikes on social media. The only place I ever sell them is, go ahead and say it, on the website at radbmxbuilds.com. It's the only place I sell anything. Hats, shirts, hoodies, bikes, stickers, whatever I'm selling, parts, it's on the website. Not on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or any of those social media platforms. All right, let's talk about TikTok. I only started TikTok recently. I think it's somewhere around 20-some thousand followers. It is a monetized account, but brings me very, very little money. Like go buy a single lunch kind of money. So I don't care. It would be no loss to me if it went away. When it went away last week and was gone for a whole whopping 24 hours, I didn't feel the pain. I didn't freak out. I didn't care if it came back. I just didn't care. So sadly, however, TikTok has more of a global audience. Instagram likes to show your content more regionally. So I have a lot of different types of followers on TikTok, and they're different. But again, I started finding multiple accounts using my logo, using my name, and using my bikes. So I'm on the fence if I'm gonna shut my TikTok down completely. That might happen very soon. I don't leverage it for business. I don't leverage those numbers of followers for anything. It's just there. It just exists. And if that content is being used to screw people out of their hard-earned money, maybe I don't need to have TikTok either. I don't see the benefit, truly. For the $14 and $15 that I made that one time last month, maybe I'll make 20 this month. I don't know. I don't know if there's big money to be made there. Some people make great money. I've seen it. Am I gonna be one of them? I doubt it. I don't like to dance. I don't like to sing. I just like to build bikes. So TikTok, you might be gone too. And then there's Facebook. Oh, Facebook, you've been around a long time. I started on MySpace before you were a thing. So I've been there since the beginning. Facebook, I can't stand you. You're terrible. I did create a RADBMX Builds Facebook page, and I quickly discovered there's a lot of BMX Facebook groups out there, and be very cautious of those groups. That's where I started finding a whole lot of my content, and I found out that they were getting it from my Facebook page, my RADBMX Builds Facebook page, because my Instagram was linked to my RADBMX Builds Facebook page, and I had them sharing the same post. So if I posted on Instagram, it automatically uploaded to Facebook. I thought it'd be great to get a broader audience seeing my content. And if you're trying to grow, that makes sense. But when I found out how it was being used, I shut that Facebook page down. So there is not a RADBMX Builds Facebook page anymore. It's gone because it's very easy to just right click and take a photo from somebody that posted it on Facebook. All right, so where does that leave us now? Well, I'm trying to focus all my energy on YouTube. So the energy being the key word, my time is also money. So if I use a lot of that time and effort toward the social media platforms where there's not a whole lot of return on that investment, it's more like theft of your investment, I need to refocus. And 2025 is about that. And I'm gonna use that focus and energy here on this platform to bring you 3 to 5 videos a week. If I can up that number, I will. But I need subscribers in order to keep that pace, in order to keep fresh content, in order to make more builds. So if you haven't done so, please subscribe. If you already have, thank you. Truly, thank you. I haven't reached my goals on YouTube. I missed them last year by quite a lot. So I kind of brought them down a little bit. And I'm hoping to reach them this year. They're not so astronomical because I realized YouTube grows much slower than social media platforms. And I just think it's algorithms. Nobody can figure those out really. I kind of have an idea how they work, but nobody has figured it out completely because they're ever changing. So YouTube is where I'm gonna be. That's where you can find me. That's where I'm gonna post all of these bikes and builds and what I'm doing with my life behind the lens. So if you're there for that and you wanna see it, if you wanna see my Cook Brothers, PK Ripper, CW, Mongoose, Diamondback, my GT, my Hutch, my Haro, and many more to come, this is the place to do it. All right, rant is over. If you made it this far, let's take a look at some bikes. Okay, this is my 24-inch Haro Radical Rick build, and I still need to make new decals for it. I took off the decals because they got really faded while this bike was at the BMX Hall of Fame in the Radical Rick display. So I brought it home from Tulsa, Oklahoma in September. Maybe it was October. So the bike is here, Radical Rick is here, the display is here, but it's a work in progress. So I have a whole Radical Rick shrine, so to speak. And I've shown this before. I've talked to Damien. He wants to come out here this year, 2025, to see the collection and see what I have of his and the bikes here. This is a 24-inch Hutch Pro Racer, autographed by Hollywood Mike Miranda, in beautiful white. So Snow White here is outfitted with some classic parts like ladder bars, flight pads, SR stem, Flite Tech seat, SR seat post clamp, and Sugino crown 3-piece cranks, and Sugino BMX 44-tooth chainring. The Hutch brake guard, Comp 3 style tires, like it just goes on and on. One sick 24-inch race bike. All right, let's spin around here to one of my favorite, actually these bikes right here, man, I should get a photo of these two together. My 1980 Cook Brothers Racing in chrome, my unicorn. My high school bike, my 1983 PK Ripper in blue and gold. That SE blue is my favorite. Come over here, we have the CW Phase 1 Lightning Bolt and the recently built Mongoose Pro Class, which I'm going to be selling. Stay tuned for that. On the table, sneak peek, 2 custom GT builds coming very soon. Currently off at powder coat and will be here, I don't know. They've been in powder coat for a week, so they're coming very soon. These are some of the parts and pieces I'm considering using in the build. One is a 20-inch, one is a 24-inch. It's gonna be sick. Big surprises coming for that. Display case, thank you, Amy Grips. You've been an absolute amazing sponsor of RADBMX Builds. This gorgeous 1983 OG Diamondback 2 Silver Streak will not be for sale. It's already spoken for. Going to an amazing home here in Texas. More to come on that. Wow. That thing is sick. The human dragster Tommy Brackens and the bike. The Tommy Brackens bike. Absolutely insane. Love this bike so much. Even autographed. GT frame, and the serial number on it is stamped RADBMX. Frame number RADBMX, signed Craig Turner. So one of one 20-inch Tommy Brackens bikes made for me by GT. Pretty cool. Then I have, if you watched the last video, the yellow Team Series GT. You guys really seem to like this bike. Come on down. We got I'll give you a quick look at this. The movie Rad corner here with the signed number plates, donuts, pads. Kevin Hull gave me these photographs that were taken during the movie. And then Hollywood Mike Miranda, when he came to my house, gave me this. To Sean, I'm your biggest fan, Hollywood Mike Miranda, rad. So I got to get that framed. And then When I Was King, Eddie Fiola. This is the cover of his book, which I have right here. But this is a poster, and it's signed. And the poster is made up of thousands of photographs. And when you stand back, it makes a single large photograph. Super cool. The Rad event posters from the event we had December 1st here in Boerne, Texas. And then coming up top, the 1987 GT Mach 1. It's Big Brother, the 1987 GT Pro Series, signed by Kevin Hull. And then the 1989 GT Mach 1 in chrome. And you can get any one of these hats or all of these hats at RADBMXBuilds.com. Pretty sick hats. Go get one, please, if you want to support us. A 1989 GT Pro Series might be my favorite bike in the collection. This bike is pure perfection. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous bike. One of my favorites. Right there up top. So I kind of keep these up on top because they're done, they're completed, they're out of the way. So a bunch of GTs, what is that? 6 of them right there on the back wall. And as I showed you the parts on the table over there, 2 more coming. So there you have it, folks. Kind of a view of what goes on here at RADBMX Builds. A showroom, a studio, a shop, a garage, you call it whatever you want, but it's my personal space that I come hang out with and make videos for you, building bikes, showing you bikes, talking about bikes, bringing people over and sharing my experiences with them. No, it's not open to the public. I wish it was, but it's in a private location that I'm not gonna share. I'm just gonna share it here on YouTube with you. I hope you like this, and I love it, and I love sharing it with you. Okay, that's the good, the bad, the ugly of social media and why I'm kind of tapping out, so to speak, but not gone completely. I'm not abandoning you if you're following me on any of those accounts. TikTok's still gonna be there, Instagram's still gonna be there. I'm just gonna throttle that way back, take all that energy and effort and readdress it over here and apply it to the YouTube channel to make better content for you here. And I'm gonna be able to get awesome video of my builds instead of trying to do multiple things at once, like a reel for Instagram, a video for TikTok, a short for YouTube, and then a long form video. It's a lot. It's just me. I don't have an editor, a videographer, a social media manager. It's just Sean. So it's a lot, like I said. So time to throttle that stuff back. But for you that like to watch these builds and like this content, thanks for being here. Thanks for being supportive. And as always, stay rad.